Everyone knows SpaceClaim allows you to create 3D as fast as you can think it. But let's see how that can happen in real time. Let's imagine we need to create a new idea for a toy, and we need to get this out by the end of today. SpaceClaim allows you to directly sketch solid entities on your grid, so you don't even have to make a first extrusion. And we have an idea to make a new type of toy gun that'll shoot bubbles out. So after making the basic shape and resizing things, we'll have to focus on making the nozzle. SpaceClaim allows you to directly select on geometry to make changes, pull shapes larger or smaller, remove certain entities, to make this nozzle a bit more stylized. Without having to switch tools, SpaceClaim lets us do all of these edits, resize surfaces, copy them to new locations, or finish this by blending between our surfaces. Now instead of having a straight cylinder, we have a much more interesting stylized design. But we may need to make more interesting cutouts so the bubbles will be able to release out of it. So again, sketch anywhere you want on the model, and we're making all of our changes by directly editing the solid. If we want to make cuts, we'll cut the solid. If we want to take that little cutout and move it to a new location, no problem. We don't edit any features, we directly select on what we want to change and edit it. Now we have an interesting pattern all the way around. The bubbles will need to get out somewhere. So let's cut our solid up into a bunch of different pieces, delete what we don't want, before merging everything back together. And for our design, we'd like to make a photorealistic image, but also we might want to produce a rapid prototype of our design, which is why we're making our solid. We'll be able to enter it into a Z-Corp or a Stratus machine, and print out and see the final design, and present that to our buyers. And again, SpaceClaim lets us make changes with just the Pull tool. Pull lets us draft, blend, sweep, round corners, just by directly selecting on the model. But now let's make this handle. Again, a few quick copies, drag our surfaces to a new location, and let's make our blend between them. And before you can even think about it, we have our new handle stylized and designed on our part. A few finishing touches and it's ready to go. Now this is just the basic model, so we're not concerned about making it from manufacturing. I want to get as many ideas in 3D as fast as I can. So SpaceClaim lets us make several different iterations. If we make this model and people don't like it, I've only spent a few minutes on it. SpaceClaim lets us run through so many of these iterations so fast that you're able to decide on what's the best fit for your customer or for any new ideas. Now we have our new Bubblegun ready, but we might need to add some stylistic effects to the side. SpaceClaim can let you sketch directly on solid faces in 3D, so you don't have to go back into a sketch and project. Now that we have our new shape, we'll add a few rounds between it, which will definitely add a nice little touch when we finally are going to manufacture this. And just to put a little bit more interesting details there, we'll go through and make our own little bubbles. By quickly sketching spheres on the model, we can have as many bubbles as we want. And you'll see how this comes in handy later on when we finally render our design. I often create little entities around my object to add last little effects. Now we'll go to KeyShot. And we have a strong partnership with KeyShot, which is a photorealistic rendering tool. SpaceClaim can place colors and materials on the parts, and then we send it into KeyShot to render it. We'll put a few more colors, put a thin film on our bubbles, and pass this over to KeyShot. So in under 5 minutes in SpaceClaim, we've created a neat little photorealistic image that we can bring into KeyShot and render. People will think you've worked on your designs for hours or days. Just drag and drop the colors you want, We'll make it purple, make it pink, make it yellow, and we have all these neat different ideas. And anyone can see what the part's going to look like by what color it is. You can give them several different choices for what they want to make. And we've partnered with Keyshot just because of how easy it is to make these changes. Dragging and dropping them makes it just as easy to use as SpaceClaim. Even dragging different environments onto your design. Put it in a black studio, or put it outside. You can see the ease at which we navigate these different areas. You don't have to go to 2 years of graphics design school to make it look like you did. Place them in any lighting, any environment you want, or even put them on a backplate. You can put a customer's logo there to give a neat little stylized design. So I hope you've seen how quickly SpaceClaim can churn out ideas, make models, and put finishing touches on new products.